Hello and welcome everyone back to the channel. My name is Ryan. Today we're going to be talking about Steven Spielberg's new film Disclosure Day. Some spoilers in for the review, so let's get started. So, Disclosure Day is Steven Spielberg's new film that just came out. I actually saw it last night. Film stars Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Coleman Domingo, Eve Hewson, Colin Firth, and basically the whole film is about the disclosure of the existence of aliens. The film follows Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor, two different strangers that have no fucking clue about each other. And Josh O'Connor is an agent that works for this super secret government facility that's trying to keep almost 80 years worth of evidence of the existence of aliens under wraps. And finally, he just says, fuck it one day. And he's like, I'm going to be the whistleblower for telling all of humanity that we are not alone in the universe. And the entire film is just a chase from his perspective, along with Eve Hewson, who plays his girlfriend, being chased by the government agency. Colin Firth is the leader of said agency, and he actually does a pretty good job as the villain in the film. There were a lot of different great sequences involving him and Eve Hewson. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a great use of alien technology in the film. Has really great intense sequencing between the two of them that like really keeps you like on edge. So for that, I would definitely give that as a positive for the film. Now, Steven Spielberg is no stranger whatsoever to alien UFO films whatsoever. He's already made E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and War of the Worlds, which is personally my favorite of his alien films. Not to say I don't enjoy Close Encounters and E.T. War of the Worlds just had a big impact on me as a little kid. I remember seeing it at, I was about 6 or 7 years old. I saw it, and it really had a big impact on me. I mean, the tripods, Tom Cruise running from the aliens destroying Bayonne, New Jersey, all that just like ingrained into my young psyche. So what did I think of Disclosure Day? For me, definitely out of the 4 UFO alien films that Spielberg has made, this one has got to be at the bottom of my list. Not to say that I hated the film. There were definitely enjoyable parts of the film. But for me, I really just think the pacing of the film and the way the structure of the story plays out, I feel like it was a little overblown, definitely a lot longer than it needed to be. I feel like there were definitely some parts that could have been cut out or just reworked in the film that just made it have a better flow. The film essentially starts like in the middle of Josh O'Connor on the chase already. You don't really get a build up or like an introduction to his character. You're kind of thrown into the action and you're forced to basically lock in for the rest of the film, because if you don't, you're kind of fucking lost. I mean, for me, one of the glaring parts that I just failed to connect to the film was some of the characters I wasn't too connected to, especially for me. Like, since Emily Blunt, I thought did such a great job like delivering the emotion in the film. Like, she was definitely the character I was latched onto the most. As for Josh O'Connor, I didn't really feel that too much for him, or even the actress who plays his girlfriend, Eve Hewson. I just didn't find their story that intriguing. I just found Emily Blunt to be definitely the one who kind of carries the film, along with Spielberg and even to an extent Colin Firth. And I would say also John Williams, who came back to do another score with Steven Spielberg. I think this is about his 40th film he's worked with on Spielberg, or maybe 37, something like that. They kind of have like this super classic feel, which is kind of a cool dichotomy for the film because it's super modern, super stylized. And I've got to say, Steven Spielberg, he's 80 years old and he still definitely knows how to point a camera and fucking direct. He does a fantastic job in general. Yeah, the characters I couldn't really latch on, especially with Josh O'Connor and Eve Hewson. And don't even get me started on Wyatt Russell in the film, Emily Blunt's boyfriend in the film. He was there for comedic relief, but I didn't really find him all that funny. And a lot of the parts I just found it to be just kind of a corny addition to the film because I haven't seen a whole lot of Wyatt Russell's career or the movies that he's done. There are some things that I've seen him in, that I've enjoyed him in. There's a Andrew Garfield miniseries on Hulu that came out. I forget the name of it. I think it was like Under the Bridge or something like that. He was pretty good in that, but in this, he was definitely an addition I did not need. I feel like they could have cut him out or just maybe reworked him in a better way because he was like the comedic relief that they were trying to make him, or at least the screenplay that I wasn't vibing with it. I just feel like it was kind of like a drag on the movie, along with some of the other plot points that I felt like were just kind of like drawn out too much. Coleman Domingo's character in the film, like he did a fine job, but he's kind of like, we don't know a whole lot about him. He like knows all this like shit. Like he just seems like he knows so much more than our two main characters, which I guess is interesting, but there still isn't just enough like build up or kind of like a little bit more of an explanation of how he knows all this. I know he's a part of like the evil government agency that are trying with Colin Firth that are trying to protect us from the knowledge of knowing aliens. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't played out properly. Now, I may seem like I'm shitting on the film, but I definitely did not hate it. I did enjoy quite a bit of the film. There were some parts that I felt like were just like, yeah, we definitely could have cut this, we could have cut that. Overall, I will say, you're looking to see aliens in this film. Sorry to break it to you, you're not going to get it. They really only show up in the last 30 to 40 minutes of the movie, and you finally get like the full disclosure. This whole film is basically build up to the disclosure of the aliens, and that takes almost all 2 hours and 25 minutes of this movie. So if you were going in expecting like something like War of the Worlds or ET or Close Encounters, where like you're automatically hit with the shit of what you know about aliens, like the UFOs, the crop signs, the little gray guys, you're going to be waiting a while and you're probably going to be disappointed. I mean, in general, I feel like the ending just lackluster. I've like hate to break it to you, but there just wasn't enough disclosure in Disclosure Day. If anything, the film left me wanting more, but with the story, I didn't care enough to really know more of what was happening, which is a shame to say because I was really excited for this film and I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan. I mean, he's fucking Steven Spielberg. He's one of my biggest inspirations as a young filmmaker. And this isn't me like fully hating on Spielberg. I mean, the guy still knows how to direct. I mean, the film looks gorgeous. The camera work is fantastic. He's like the master of blocking. He does a phenomenal job of setting up sequences. The car chase sequences in the film are great, especially the one involving the train, the car chase involving the two passing by trains. That scene was phenomenal. Definitely one of the highlights in the film for me, along with the full disclosure at the 30 to 40 minute mark of the film, which I thought was really well done. But again, it still just left me wanting more, and I didn't get it, and nor am I really that fully interested in knowing. I don't know if that's Spielberg's way of kind of leaving us open to interpretation, to where when we do finally get full disclosure that it's maybe we don't freak the fuck out so much, but I have no idea. For a movie itself, for the ending, for a cliffhanger, for you building up all this shit with disclosure and aliens and UFOs and our existence of the universe, I just wanted more. I wanted, yes, I will be that guy. I wanted to see more aliens. I wanted to see more disclosure. I wanted to see more of the whimsy that Spielberg does give us in some of the films that kind of highlights his old ways of making movies and like that whimsical feeling, rather than kind of just overblowing the film with certain plot points and like the MacGuffin of the film, the alien technology, and just kind of fleshing out the characters better. Because in The Chase, like we spend time with these characters, but I feel like we just don't get enough time to connect with them, especially for me with Josh O'Connor and Eve Hewson, and even Wyatt Russell. It didn't work for me. It didn't. Overall, I am going to give Disclosure Day a 7 out of 10. Decent watch. Definitely longer than it needed to be. There were a lot of parts that I did enjoy, but overall the experience, the movie just kind of just left me at kind of like a neutral feeling for this one. So guys, that is my review of Disclosure Day. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you thought of Disclosure Day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.